Good morning today from Jeanette's patio. Well, it's a pleasure to be with you today. I'd like to introduce some of my friends that I happen to be quarantined with. Well, over here we've got George. George is drinking his coffee. Oh, loves his coffee. Yes, and besides George, we have Bernard. Bernard, give a nice wink there. Yes, and besides Bernard, we've got Cody here. Cody, thanks for joining us today. And then we have the lovely Miss Greta. Now, Miss Greta lives down the road, and I'm so happy that she's decided to be quarantined with us. I mean, we do have a lot of fun here. You see, when we don't have a lot to do, we get on the internet. That's right. And we take classes. You see, right now would be an excellent time to take a defensive driving course. Yes, we've all taken one, and boy, you'll be glad there are no dummies on the road now. Yes, and there's also, goodness, well, we're tomorrow actually going to take a CPR course. Maybe you could come and join us tomorrow. We would love that. Now, when we get together and we don't really know what to do, well, there's always working in the garden. George, I get a lot of work out of you working in the garden. Yes, Miss Greta, thank you so much for leaving those dishes for me to wash last night. You're such a good help. That's right. Well, the one thing that we do, and that we've learned to do more recently, is to practice putting on our PPE or our personal protection equipment. You see, Bernard has allergies, so he needs to use gloves, as does Cody. So we use a lot of gloves. Now, we are learning to reuse those. We figure as long as we're here and it's just us, that it might be okay. Now, we do have breathing barriers that we use sometimes if we need masks and they're not available. But our most important piece of protection equipment for ourselves is a book. That's right. When we don't feel like talking to each other, we read. And sometimes we discuss what we've read. Maybe we'll all read the same book and then come back a little while later and discuss some of the things that we've read. So, a book that I've had to dust off lately is a simple hardbound book. Now, I cover it up, that I do to keep it safe and protected, but also I put a nice little basketball cover on it. Now, this has been on here for 20 years now. Now, the one thing I like about it is when I forget to jump back to that original personal protective equipment, the Holy Bible, this cover reminds me to bounce back to it. That's right. And these days, with everybody at home, you could be making your own covers for your own Bible. That's right, with basketballs all over it to remind you to bounce back. Now, we are taking questions if anybody has any questions. Oh, I see somebody has their hand up now. What was that? Oh, yes. They don't talk much, do they? No. But they're very good listeners. That's right, if you'd like to give a call, they'd love to listen to you. Now, if we don't have any more questions, well, we'll see you again tomorrow where you can view some very important things to keep you safe. Aloha.